Okay, this one will be just solely the eyeshadow that I used, and eyeliner and my lashes. I don't show putting the lashes on because I already do have a lash video, and it's pretty much the same exact routine. It's just a different set of lashes. So if you want to see how I got this eyeshadow look, please keep watching. Okay guys, so now we're gonna move on to the eyeshadow portion. So I know I told you guys that I'm not gonna be buying any more makeup, but I did buy another palette. Now this one, I'm sticking true to what I told you guys, that I'm not gonna just buy stuff to buy it that I won't use, but I've been anticipating this one for a long time, so I got it. The Tati Beauty Volume 1 palette. Now, literally there's only one color in here that, or two, I'm sorry, that I probably wouldn't wear. So to me, to have this many colors and only have two that I won't use, I think it was worth it. What I like to do first is always start out with a shadow base. I went and got the Louise eyeshadow base that I heard a lot about, so I decided to try it and I love it. So basically, I literally put a little teeny, not even a pea size amount of it on my little tray, and I'm gonna pick it up on my brush. So I just kind of dip it in. So I just kind of dip it into there, and it is so pigmented that like it covers my whole entire eye. I have natural dark lids, so I basically need a shadow base. So not only does it obviously help my shadows adhere more, it takes away all the discoloration in my lid. So I'm just kind of pressing it in now because there's still so much on here that I don't want too much. Do you see the difference in my eyes, how it took it away? So if I just went directly in with the shadow, it would make my shadow look darker. So that's why I like to go in with just a clean, you know, neutralized eye. And so that's why I really, definitely someone that needs to use a shadow base. So, and the brush that I'm using is actually from Sigma, and it's the Precision Angled P84. I like that it's angled because it literally goes under your brow if you want to, but I obviously already have concealer under there, so I don't need to do that. So after I put my shadow base on, I like to put a powder, a translucent powder over my lid just to set that, so I don't go right in with the shadow and it kind of sticks really quick. So I use the Lime Life Bot All Cone. It's just a translucent powder. Anyways, I just dusted over my lid. Now we're gonna move on to the shadows. So I'm gonna take a large fluffy brush. I'm gonna use the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH30, and I'm gonna go with my transition color. I'm gonna go with the color called Soothe, and I'm gonna go in with the Sequin. So it's not quite matte. Normally I would go straight with a matte, but this one's a little lighter, so I want to go in with that one. So I'm just gonna put the color starting on the outside and just kind of circling it in, focusing more out here to get a nice buildup of color, and then bringing it in. I normally would just do a matte shadow, but because this is the kind of like the lighter of the browns, I wanted to use this one. And normally I don't put shimmer in my crease, but it's so subtle, so it's just like a little subtle little shimmer, so it's fine, and it blends out really nice. So yeah, I think this works perfectly. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more and just kind of do the same thing, going over that same area, just kind of intensifying the color. Now I'm going to take a little bit smaller of a brush, and this is the JH32, and it's a little smaller, and I'll take a little deeper color. So I think I'm going to go in with the color called Ritual, and I'm going to use the Sequin again. The matte one is just a little darker, so I want to use that after. So I'm going to try this one now, the Sequin color of Ritual. And then we're just gonna put it literally almost in the same spot, but we're basically just bringing it a little lower and defining it a little bit more. So the pigments on here are really nice. The color picks up really well, blends really easily. I don't have a lot of kickback in the palette. This one kind of comes up a little bit more than the other ones, than the matte ones, but I don't have any fallout, so that's actually a good sign. So now what I'm going to do is take my bigger brush that I used earlier, just take one little dab of the other color that we used, that first color, and just kind of soften that a little bit. So it's just blend it a little bit so it's not so harsh of edges. Okay, so the next color I want to use is the same color called Ritual, but I'm going to use it in the matte, the actual matte shadow. And for that one, I'm just going to take, yet again, a little smaller brush, tap off the excess, and just kind of pack it on that little outer corner right there, circle it in, and bring it in. So to me, this would be a really nice everyday look if I just stayed within the golds, but I just want to make it a little funner and put that kind of pinky kind of shade in there, just to kind of spice up this look a little, so it doesn't look exactly like pretty much the looks I do all the time, which are these like warm neutral tones. Back again with now your second lightest color, and that same brush that you used, and just kind of blend it out again, and then take the bigger brush and blend that out again, so everything kind of fades together. So I want to try this color right here. It's pink and it's metallic, and we're gonna just press it right on the actual lid. I feel like if maybe I wet it, it'll pick up a little bit more. Let me try that. I'm gonna put one of my little sprays on here on my brush. Let's wet that brush a little bit and see if it picks up a little bit better with. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice. Yeah, this is so much prettier. Okay, and then now, just because I want to take full advantage of all of the, we've used matte, we've used the sequin, we used the metallic, let's jump into one of the glitters. But I think I'm going to just go ahead and stick with the Poet one, and I'm going to use it with my finger because, ooh, look at that. Let's just press it on with my finger. Oh my god, these are so pretty. I'm so happy I got this. I probably would have been so bummed if I wouldn't have got this. Here's the difference from where my normal makeup to what I'm doing right now is trying to do an eye look in one video. Normally I would stop at this point and start to do my concealer. But because I'm doing just an eyeshadow one for this video, I'm going to go ahead and go under my eyes. So it's going to be a little harder for me when I have to do my concealer. But so I'll just have to do a little bit of cleanup. So we're going to go ahead and do the under eye. Now looking at my eye, I just want to deepen up a little bit in the outer corner. So I think I'm going to take, I don't want to take this deep black. I'm going to take the one above it, which is the Sequin. And the color is Memory. I'll see how it works first because I may end up dipping into the darker black. But for now, ooh, it picks up a lot. Look at that. Definitely tap that bad boy off. And this one, just because I want the outer corner to really stand out, I'm just gonna dip this little guy in here. And just kind of feather it in. And I'll go back with my other brush just to kind of blend it out. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is put a little eyeliner on because it is a heavier look. I definitely want something to balance out the no lashes that I have. Let me just curl my lashes really quick. For eyeliner, I'm going to use the Kyliner, obviously from Kylie Cosmetics. And I'm not going to do it too thick. I just want it to basically cover my lash line so it's not really empty right there. So I don't have a wing going on the outside, just a little teeny wing, just like a little teeny flick at the end, and then I'm going to go back with that little black lash shadow and just kind of blend it in together so it's not so separated. So the lashes I'm going to use today are in the style Miami, and I'm going to let those dry while I just go underneath my eyes. So now what we're going to do is kind of go back and mimic what we did on the top. I'm going to go ahead and use that shimmer color here, and that was called Soothe in the Sequin, and I'm going to just take a little small fluffy brush. This is something I would normally do after I've already done my concealer. I would kind of bake underneath it while I do this, because now I'm going to have to go back and do my concealer, which is going to be a little harder to do with my eyeshadow already on there. So we're just going to have to kind of go around it. Okay, so my camera cut out, it was full as I was doing under my lashes, so I haven't finished it yet, but I did pop on my lashes. Just keep putting it underneath my eyes. And then I'm going to take a little smaller brush. This is the JH40. It's from the Jaclyn Hill collection. It's a really tiny little head. And I'm going to go with the brown, the Ritual in the matte. And then I'm going to go back with that little fluffier brush. Oh, and that one was the Luxie 229. It's a tapered blending brush. I'm going back with that little Soothe in the Sequin, so it has that little bit of shimmer in there. Just kind of blend that out. And this is why I always usually do my concealer first, is because look at how dark I am right here, so it makes it look even darker when I'm wearing the shadow underneath there. But it's okay, we're just, like I said, we're going to clean it up, but this, I'm just doing the whole entire eye first. So I'm going to use my favorite eyeliner from MAC. It's Coffee. It's just a very dark brown. So I'm going to just pop that in the waterline. I mean, obviously you could do black. I really don't wear black a lot because I really put color in my waterline a lot. Eyeliner. It's just if I want it more dramatic. So obviously for this look, I'm wanting it to be a little bit more dramatic. And then I'm going to take a small little pencil brush. This is from Jaclyn Hill Morphe JH39, and I'm going to do the same thing and just kind of smudge that pencil into the lash line so it's going to mix with the shadow. Just give it a little smokier look. And now I will take that same pencil brush and dip it into that dark black, and now just go right on the waterline. Or I'm sorry, right on the lash line. And you can kind of bring it up so it kind of goes into the outer corner. The last thing for the shadows is I will do a little brow highlight, and I'm going to do the color called Aura, and I'm going to do it in the metallic. And I'm just going to go right under the brow bone, right at the tail, basically. And then I'm going to take a little bit right on the inner corner, just to brighten the tear duct as well. Last thing for eyes is bottom mascara. And my favorite bottom mascara has been the Extended Play from the Extended Play Gigablack Lash from MAC. I've worn this for years. And then I curved the little thing. I just kind of bent it just because it fits a little better like this. And I'm gonna go ahead and the little wand is so small to grab your lashes, so I really like it. Okay, so now the eyes are finished. So like I said, normally I would have done my concealer first and then gone with everything underneath, but now I have the completed eyes. Now I will move on to concealer. So stay tuned.